Hi, my name is Priscilla Martinez, and I am a graduating senior at Sac State in the Communication Sciences and Disorders program. So a little bit about me. I am an RBT, so I do work in the ABA field. I work with kids on the autism spectrum, so I do have experience with kids. But I feel like UOP is the program for me because I saw that you guys have a variety of settings for clinical rotations, which will allow me to work with multiple demographics, primarily getting to know the adults and get that experience working with adults. I noticed that you guys also focus on aphasia. I do have a little bit of experience working with individuals with aphasia. This past semester, fall 2018, I was a part of the Sacramento Neuroservice Alliance, which worked with individuals who had aphasia. So I do have a little bit of experience, but I would like to get more into depth with that and be able to learn and grow from these experiences, which I feel like you guys will provide me. But now I will go into the video prompt of what I would do if I had a 6-year-old come into my therapy room and go and face the wall. Prior to this therapy session, I would have conducted a parent interview, where in that parent interview, I would have asked what are the child's interests. So what are some of his favorite toys? Who are some of his favorite characters? And are there any activities that he loves to do? And I would have prepared for this therapy session by getting some of those items to have in the room to help build rapport during this session. After the first time of trying to get him to interact with me and he turned around and faced the wall, I would have chosen one of those items to start playing with myself. So for example, let's say he loves Thomas the Train. So I have those trains inside of that therapy room and I start making them interact. I am having them talk to each other, all while being enthusiastic and making it seem like this is the most fun that you can have, in hopes to get that child to turn around and show some interest. After a couple of minutes of doing this, hopefully that child has turned around, maybe even scooted closer to me, showing that he's starting to have interest and starting to trust me. At this time, I will continue to play with the toys and I will wait for that child to scoot in much closer to me. That's when I will push one of the Thomas the Trains closer to him, letting him know that I want him to play with me, but without saying the words. Because sometimes if you talk a little too early to the child, they aren't ready for it and it could result in him going back to that wall and turning around and there was no rapport building happening. So I'm gonna let the child make that initial interaction with me because that shows that he has trust in me and there is a little bit of a connection. So until that child scoots closer to me and I push that toy closer to him, I'm gonna continue playing with the toys. And once he does get closer to me and I give him a toy to play with, it's allowing him to either do parallel play or to fully engage. Everything is his decision. Once I have gotten his interest and he is playing with me, I would then start to provide non-contingent reinforcement and verbal praise in hopes to increase compliance when it does come to starting the actual therapy session. After this, I will then either start a timer, giving him a warning that we are going to start working if his therapy session has to be at the table, or if it can include using those toys that we are playing with. I will then start to do the little therapy activities without him actually knowing that we're working, but he's thinking that we are still playing. So this is what I would do if I had a 6-year-old boy that had came into the therapy room and went straight to the wall and turned around. Thank you.